Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. Today we're installing some Ameristar fence. It's the Montage series, which is a residential line, and we're going to be installing the Majestic version, if you will. Montage has several different styles, so the style we're doing is Majestic today, which is just a flat top and then has another horizontal rail 4 inches from the bottom. So I'm going to walk you through like some of the steps that I've already done, and then I'll get back with you guys in part 2 of what the finished product looks like. So today, like this first version, our first part, I'm going to talk to you about some of the steps that you need to do before you get started. And first one is to call the underground utility company that marks all the utilities, and we've already done that. So I'm going to turn the screen around here and show you a little bit of what we've done already. We've already set the posts and called to get our lines marked, and around here we have to give a 48-hour notice. So what we have here is a 64-foot run of fence with a pool here in the backyard, and we're going to close this area off later on with some horizontal cedar fencing and some cedar fencing over there between the columns that also goes down the side of the house. Close this completely off and make it pool code. So so here's the deal on Ameristar Residential. The panels are 94 inches wide, so and you got to have a little bit of room on each side of that panel to fit the brackets on. You need about a 1/4 inch gap. That's like perfect. So if it was 94 inches and you needed a 1/4 inch on each side, that's a 94.5 inch opening between posts. So to go a little further with the process of laying out the fence posts, since they're 2 inches wide each post, and the panel space you need between the two posts is 94.5, you would go 1 inch to the center of one post and 1 inch to the center of the next post, and that gives you 96.5 on center. So that's the way we do our layout. So the first thing we do is we drive a stake past this first post here, and then we drive a stake past the last post down there, put a string up, and then we'll pull a tape out. This, 100-foot tape, 300, whatever, but it's best to have one tape that goes the continuous length of this run so we don't have any mess ups. So what we'll do is we'll start out with the first one at I'll call it 0 inches, and then the next one's at 8-foot 1/2 inch on center, 16-foot 1. So I'm adding 8 foot plus a 1/2 inch every time. So it's 8-foot 1/2 inch, 16 1, 24 1.5, 32 2, 40 2.5, 48 3, 56 3.5, 64 4. So that's the way this one's set up here. So after we've set the posts, we'll come back. I'm going to fill all these holes in with dirt, cover up the concrete, and then I'm going to lay all my panels out here on the fence posts and start bracketing it all together. So all my posts I set, the posts that you get are for 4-foot fence is 5-foot 9 inches, so 69 inches. So what they're saying is, typically around here we go 24 inches down, but with Ameristar you only have to go 20. So that leaves us 49 inches out of the ground. I usually go about 48 to 49, 50 max. So a 48 to 50. I don't like to go higher than 50 because then I'm only like 19 inches in the ground. So that gives me room to work with the grade. If the ground's going up or down, I'm able to float over those areas and still be, have a good line, and also not run out of post, because the panels are 46 inches tall. So if each post is 48, let's say, I got 2 inches to work with to make this thing look perfect. So anyways, I'm gonna set the phone down here and cover up all these holes with dirt, lay the fence panels out, show you the brackets, how they sort of go together, and start installing this fence. It took me by myself to dig these holes by hand because I have utilities in the way. It took me about 1.5 to 2 hours to dig and set these posts by myself, and it'll probably take me about the same amount of time to put this fence up. So here in this. So my next step is to cover up the holes, lay the panels out, start bracketing them together. And then the brackets are, you bolt them on with a 7/16 socket. So in an impact drill is what I use. So I'll bolt them all up and make a video of that after I bolt them up. And then I adjust the line so that they all, I can loosen and tighten the bolts for the brackets, so I can raise and lower the fence. So I'm going to do that and then get it perfect, and then I can cut all the posts the exact height that I want, and then I'm done. So in part 2 I'll start talking about this thing after it's all put together and sort of walk you through the process of that. So stay tuned.